Hi everyone. Today we're going to dive into the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. If you enjoy this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's jump right in. What if everything you were taught about money was wrong? What if working hard, getting a stable job, and saving diligently weren't the keys to financial success, but rather the very things keeping you trapped in a never-ending cycle of financial struggle? In Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki shatters conventional wisdom about wealth and introduces a radically different perspective, one that separates the rich from the poor, not by income, but by mindset and financial intelligence. Drawing from his own life, Kiyosaki presents the contrasting lessons of two father figures: his poor dad, an educated but financially struggling man who followed the traditional career path, and his rich dad, a self-made millionaire who understood the power of money and investments. Through their opposing viewpoints, Kiyosaki delivers 10 fundamental lessons that redefine success and wealth building, including why the rich don't work for money, the importance of financial education, and how to make money work for you instead of working for money. Beyond theory, Rich Dad, Poor Dad offers practical insights on how to control spending habits, use corporations to protect wealth, and overcome the fear of taking financial risks. Kiyosaki also highlights the significance of teaching children about money, ensuring they don't inherit financial struggles, but instead learn how to build and maintain wealth from an early age. But does Kiyosaki's unconventional advice hold up in real life? Is his approach truly the key to financial freedom, or does it come with risks and limitations? Let's dive deeper into the 10 core lessons of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and uncover the principles that have transformed millions of lives worldwide. The rich don't work for money. Kiyosaki emphasizes that the rich do not rely on a paycheck as their primary source of income. Instead, they focus on acquiring assets that generate passive income. Most people are trapped in the rat race, working for money, paying bills, and never truly achieving financial freedom. The poor and the middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them. Kiyosaki contrasts his two father figures. His poor dad, biological father, valued job security and a steady paycheck, believing in the traditional path: go to school, get a good job, and work hard. His rich dad, mentor, taught him that relying on a paycheck is risky because it keeps people dependent. Instead, he encouraged building passive income streams through assets. When young Robert asked his rich dad how to get rich, the response was unconventional. Instead of giving a straightforward answer, Rich Dad put Robert and his friend Mike to work for 10 cents an hour in one of his businesses. This lesson wasn't about earning money. It was about realizing that a paycheck alone is not the path to wealth. Most people become a slave to money, and then get angry at their boss. The key takeaway is that financial independence comes from owning assets that generate income, real estate, stocks, businesses, rather than exchanging time for money. Financial education is essential. Kiyosaki argues that the education system fails to teach financial literacy. While schools teach subjects like math, science, and history, they do not equip students with the knowledge needed to manage money effectively. Money comes and goes, but if you have the education about how money works, you gain power over it and can begin building wealth. Rich Dad stressed that understanding the difference between assets and liabilities is critical. Most people mistakenly think their house is an asset, but Kiyosaki defines assets as things that put money into your pocket, while liabilities take money out of your pocket. For example, a house you live in is a liability because it requires mortgage payments, maintenance, and taxes. A rental property is an asset because it generates income. One dad would say, "The love of money is the root of all evil." The other dad would say, "The lack of money is the root of all evil." Without financial education, people fall into debt, live paycheck to paycheck, and make poor financial decisions. Kiyosaki emphasizes that those who understand how money works can make it work for them. Mind your own business. This lesson is about focusing on building personal wealth rather than just working for someone else. Most people spend their lives working for their employer, earning a paycheck; the government, paying taxes; the bank, paying mortgages and credit card debt. The primary reason the majority of the poor and middle class are fiscally conservative, which means "I can't afford to take risks," is that they have no financial foundation. Kiyosaki encourages people to build their own businesses or investments instead of just working for wages. Even if someone has a job, they should invest in assets on the side to create multiple income streams. He shares how McDonald's is a great example. Ray Kroc, the man behind McDonald's, once asked Harvard MBA students what business he was in. They answered, "The hamburger business." But Kroc corrected them. "I'm not in the hamburger business. My business is real estate. McDonald's makes money primarily by owning prime real estate locations, not just by selling burgers." Kiyosaki urges individuals to think beyond their jobs and focus on building wealth through investments, businesses, and assets. The power of corporations. One of the biggest advantages the rich have is their understanding of corporate structures and tax benefits. Kiyosaki explains that corporations provide legal and financial advantages that employees don't have. "My rich dad taught me to take full advantage of tax laws. He did not see a tax advisor once a year. He saw him often to plan how to pay the least in taxes." A corporation allows business owners to earn money, spend money on business expenses, cars, travel, health benefits, meals, pay taxes on what's left. Employees, on the other hand, earn money, pay taxes first, spend what's left. For example, if an employee earns $100,000, they might pay 30 to 40% in taxes before they can spend the remaining income. But if a business owner earns the same amount through a corporation, they can legally deduct many expenses before paying taxes, keeping more money in their pocket. This is how the rich legally reduce their tax burden, while employees pay the most in taxes. The rich don't pay taxes. They legally find ways to minimize their tax burden. The poor and middle class, however, believe paying higher taxes is the right thing to do. Understanding and using corporate structures is a powerful tool for wealth creation. The rich invent money. The wealthy don't wait for opportunities. They create them. They take calculated risks and find ways to multiply money using financial intelligence. Often in the real world, it's not the smart who get ahead, but the bold. Kiyosaki emphasizes that most people stay in their comfort zones, avoiding risks. They fear losing money more than they desire financial freedom. In contrast, the rich leverage knowledge, investments, and opportunities to generate wealth. A person can be highly educated, professionally successful, and financially illiterate. Rich Dad taught Robert that making money doesn't require having money. It requires creativity and financial intelligence. For example, real estate investors use other people's money, OPM, to buy properties that generate cash flow. Stock investors understand market trends and invest early in high-growth assets. Entrepreneurs build businesses and scale them for profit. He explains that the rich see opportunities where others see obstacles. Instead of saying, "I can't afford it," they ask, "How can I afford it?" By thinking outside the box, taking smart risks, and continuously learning, anyone can create wealth instead of waiting for it. Work to learn, not for money. One of Kiyosaki's most important lessons is that people should prioritize learning new skills over simply earning money. Many people focus only on job security and salary, but the truly wealthy invest time in acquiring knowledge that leads to financial freedom. The main reason people struggle financially is because they have spent years in school but learned nothing about money. The result is that people learn to work for money, but never learn to have money work for them. Rich Dad encouraged Robert to take jobs that would teach him valuable skills, rather than just ones that paid well. For example, Robert worked in sales to improve his communication skills, even though it wasn't a high-paying job. His poor dad, on the other hand, emphasized climbing the corporate ladder and earning promotions. Kiyosaki highlights that the most valuable skills for financial success include sales and marketing. The ability to persuade and sell is essential for business success. Investing and accounting, understanding financial statements helps identify profitable investments. Negotiation and leadership, essential for business and entrepreneurship. The more specialized you become, the more you are trapped and dependent on that specialty. Instead of focusing on job security, Kiyosaki advises people to develop a broad skill set that will help them create wealth rather than being stuck in a single career. Overcome fear and take risks. One of the biggest obstacles to financial success is fear, especially the fear of losing money. Most people avoid investing or starting a business because they are afraid of failure. However, Kiyosaki argues that failure is an essential part of learning. For most people, the reason they don't win financially is because the pain of losing money is far greater than the joy of being rich. People who fear financial loss often stay in secure jobs instead of exploring investments, avoid opportunities because of potential risks, follow traditional financial advice that doesn't build wealth. Rich Dad taught Robert that everyone experiences losses, but the rich learn from their failures instead of being paralyzed by them. Instead of seeing money as something to protect, he advised seeing it as a tool for creating wealth. Failure inspires winners and defeats losers. One major example from Kiyosaki's life is his first investment in real estate, where he made mistakes but eventually learned how to identify profitable properties. This hands-on experience helped him build long-term wealth. If you're not a little embarrassed by your first investment, then you probably didn't learn much from it. By overcoming the fear of failure, people can take calculated risks and unlock real financial opportunities. Control your spending habits. Kiyosaki emphasizes that many people, regardless of income level, struggle financially because they don't manage their spending properly. He introduces the rat race concept, where people earn more money but also increase their expenses, keeping them trapped in a cycle of work and debt. It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep. Many people buy liabilities thinking they are assets. For example, they might buy an expensive car, which depreciates in value. Purchase a bigger house, which increases taxes and maintenance costs. Spend more as their salary increases instead of investing. Kiyosaki explains that the rich control their expenses and focus on accumulating income-generating assets like rental properties that provide passive income, stocks and bonds that grow in value, businesses that generate profit. The poor and middle class buy liabilities that they think are assets. The rich acquire assets. A key lesson is to live below your means while building wealth, rather than increasing expenses with every pay raise. Make money work for you. Kiyosaki teaches that financial independence comes from having money work for you, rather than working for money. This means investing in income-generating assets, rather than relying solely on a paycheck. The poor and middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them. Most people are taught to get a job, work hard for a paycheck, save money, keep it in a bank, retire on a pension, depend on Social Security or a company pension. However, Kiyosaki argues that this traditional model is flawed because jobs are not secure, companies lay off employees, and job markets change. Savings lose value. Inflation erodes purchasing power over time. Retirement funds are uncertain. Pensions and Social Security may not be reliable. The real key to wealth is the ability to convert earned income into passive income or portfolio income as quickly as possible. Instead of relying on a salary, Kiyosaki encourages people to invest in assets that generate cash flow, real estate, stocks, businesses. Reinvest profits to grow wealth. Create systems that generate money even when they're not working. This shift from working for money to making money work for you is the foundation of financial freedom. Teach your children about money. Kiyosaki stresses that financial education should start at an early age, but schools do not teach kids about money. As a result, most children grow up with the same poor financial habits as their parents. Most people learn about money from their parents. What can a poor parent tell their child about money? They simply say, "Stay in school and study hard." He contrasts Rich Dad and Poor Dad's approach. Poor Dad believed in traditional education and told Robert to get a good job. Rich Dad taught Robert how money works, emphasizing investments and financial intelligence. The world has changed, but the advice hasn't. That's why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Children should learn how to differentiate between assets and liabilities, how to invest and grow wealth, how to avoid debt and control expenses. Kiyosaki encourages parents to teach their children financial skills at home through conversations, games, and real-world experiences. He created the cash flow board game to help families learn financial principles in a fun way. The more we teach our children about money, the better prepared they will be for the future. The goal is to raise financially independent children who understand money and can create wealth on their own. Conclusion. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is more than just a personal finance book. It's a mindset shift that challenges everything we thought we knew about money. Kiyosaki makes it clear that financial freedom isn't about working harder or earning more. It's about thinking differently, taking control, and making money work for you. The lessons in this book are simple, yet profound. The rich invent money, understand financial education, and build assets instead of liabilities. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur, an employee seeking financial independence, or a parent wanting to teach your children the value of wealth, Rich Dad, Poor Dad provides a blueprint for escaping the rat race and achieving long-term financial success. While some critics argue that the book lacks specific investment strategies, its true value lies in its ability to shift perspectives. Because, as Kiyosaki emphasizes, the first step to becoming rich is changing the way you think about money. Are you ready to leave the rat race behind? The choice, as Kiyosaki would say, is yours.